Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, and dear diary. Today, well, every day, I have a lot of things that go through my head, and one of them was facing the reality within yourself. I do that quite often, and it can be a scary process. You want to put the blinders on and say, I don't want to face it. But when you face it, it's out of the way. It's done. You can move forward. Now, one of the big things I find is that like I said, I see it every day. And things I see during the day or in life or I hear about, I hop in my journal and I start writing because I got to tear it apart 50 million ways just to get an understanding of it. And one of the things I see is that people don't want to look at the reality of the situation or look beyond what they're being shown and not asking the questions that which also helps negate fear and all these sort of things. And it empowers you to be able to question things and to go forward. If you're not questioning what's going on or even your own motives or why you did something, the growth is almost stunted. How do you grow and mature from that experience? Now, the reality is, I look at things. Yeah, I've done things that I haven't wanted to face, put the blinders on. No, I'm not looking at it. Out of sight, out of mind. But it'll always come back to bite me in the arse. Eventually, it does. And I have to face it. And I'm usually not in a good place when I have to face it. So I try to face it when I am in that good place. Like, let me use an example. My WW journey. Now, to do the weigh in, I think, oh, I don't want to, because I don't want to see, close my eyes like I'm doing now. I can't face it because I know that my portion size grew or I overate and there was no reason to, because then I'll beat myself up over that. Like, why did you have such a big portion when a little bit will do you? You were full at that little bit, but you just kept eating because you liked it. That sort of thing. But I need to face the reality. And when I face that reality, I say, okay, I can look back and say, next time, gain more control. A portion like this, not like this. Come on, Elle, get a grip. Get a hold of it. Get control. You need to realize just because it's there, you don't have to consume it or you don't have to do it because it will come around again. That sort of thing. That's looking and realizing the reality of the situation. It's, you know, um, it's not going to be gone forever. It will be there again, or you'll have another opportunity. So, people, if you start looking at the reality of the situation, take the blinders off, as hard as it is. Believe me, I like to stick my head in the sand every now and then. And I also like to be in denial about things or say, I just can't be asked. I just really can't be asked. But when I start looking within at the reality of that situation that I have the blinders on, for some reason, it sorts itself out, or I sort myself out and say, okay, every day is a new opportunity. Actually, every moment is a second chance. Regardless if you grazed your way through the fridge this morning or whatever you've done, that moment in time that you're thinking about it and beating yourself up with, that's a second chance. Look at it, understand it, move on. I know it's easier said than done. It does take practice. And, the more you do it, the more easy it becomes. And you're not justifying, well, I did it because of. No, the reality is you did it because you just couldn't control yourself. You had to keep going. Depends what the situation is. I'm just referring to my situation. You've got to look within yourself at the situation, what you could do or what you have done, and how you can rectify it the next time that situation comes around. Okay, everybody, be kind, be loved.